Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce today's session moderator, Bhuvneshwari Rajapragasham. Bhuvneshwari Rajapragasham has over a decade of experience as an early childhood educator, excelling in teaching, guiding, curriculum development, teamwork, and counseling. She possesses profound knowledge and expertise, enabling her to support students with learning disabilities in their overall development and prepare them to thrive intellectually and practically. Her academic achievements include a master's degree in childcare and education, complemented by various certifications, notably the certification of professional development in Jolly Phonics. Additionally, she holds a postgraduate qualification as a special needs teacher and trainer for teaching children with learning disabilities. Beyond her academic credentials, Bhuvneshwari is a certified RTY 200 Yoga Alliance practitioner, authorized to impart yogic practices to individuals of all ages. She also showcases a robust skill set in training of trainers, honed in recent years, further amplifying her ability to inspire and educate diverse groups effectively. Hearty welcome, Ms. Bhuvneshwari. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Thank you all. Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Proceed, please. Yeah.
Good evening, esteemed educators and participants. It's my honor to serve as your moderator for today's impactful session on building classroom harmony. As we are come together in this evening, an evening symbolic of mid-year reflection and renewal. It is a perfect time to revisit our teaching methodologies, especially in building classroom harmony. Today's session will focus on creating smarter, more relevant, and student-centric approaches that will provide and build harmony in the classroom environment. In the word of Erin Gruwell, that's the beauty of education. Kids taking lessons out of the classroom and back into their own world where they can positively affect their family, their friends, and their greater community. Our discussion today vibrates beautifully with the thoughts building classroom harmony with the specifications of how, why, where, by whom, and what needs to be done for that. On behalf of External Education and Training, I extended a heartful welcome to each one of you educators committed to staying ahead, innovating, and evolving in this evening. Extra Mile, under the visionary leadership of Dr. Abdul Salam and Provide initiative of the Bharat Transformers and Academic Group, BTAG, is known for delivering exceptional, customized professional development programs, both online and offline, across India. A warm thank to you, Dr. Salam, and the External team for giving me this opportunity to moderate today's session. Before we move ahead, there are a few simple guidelines to ensure a smooth session. If you have any queries, please type that queries in the chat box during the session. If you wish to ask something live, kindly use the raise hands feature and wait to be invited. To receive your certificate, visit www.b-tag.in. If you are new to this, a quick sign up will help you receive the certificate on your registered WhatsApp number. Let's begin our session by hearing from the visionaries behind this learning initiative. First, I have the pleasure to introducing Dr. Abdul Salam, the founder of CEO of BTAG, that is Bharat Transformers and Academic Group and External Education and Training. He is a distinguished CBSE resource person and a master trainer and also has served as an assessor for the National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, that is NABET, under the Government of India. His tireless efforts in educator empowerment continue to transform classrooms across the country. On behalf of all the participants, now I invite Dr. Salam sir to address us.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, respected resource person, Miss Vantana, moderator, Miss Bhuvaneshwari, and my dear brother and co-director, Mr. Biju S. Pillai, and esteemed teachers, educationalists, and all well-wishers. Happy welcome and very good evening to everybody. Well, friends, I have to share a sad news about the demise of our CBSE regional director, Mr. Mahesh T. Dharmadhigari, uh, in the afternoon, and I had the opportunity to work under him while I was in Trivandrum, as he was the regional officer of CBSE. So I take this opportunity to pay homage on behalf of BTEC and Extra Mile. He has given a lot of encouragement and support to us. So I request everybody to pray for his soul for a few seconds. Thank you. Well, going to today's topic, a much, needful and very important topic. And thanks goes to Miss Vantana, who has come forward to present this particular topic, as the situation we face in schools in the teaching learning transactions is quite different from the past. Lots of challenges are being faced in the classroom transactions, as the generation Z is much different, and every individual right from kindergarten, they have their own wishes, whims and fancies when they come to the classroom. So it's our responsibility to update ourselves with the latest uh, techniques with which we can engage them, involve them in our learning, so that we can create a conducive environment in the classroom, a harmonious environment in the classroom. So let's all listen to Ms. Vantana and take away the techniques with which we can enhance our classroom environment further. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Let us lend our ears to the moderator, the resource person today. Stay back and enjoy the session. Thank you so much. Over to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salam sir, for your words of encouragement and your steadfast commitment to educational excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also privileged to have with us Mr. Biju S. Pillai sir, a veteran educator with decades of leadership in the school's education space. He is currently serving as the principal of Sri Chitra Public School, Trivandrum, and the co-director of Extra Mile Education and Training. With a proven track record of successfully leading reputed CBSE school, has contributed to educational innovation and teachers' development is immense. It's an honor to have you with us today, sir. I now invite Mr. Biju, sir, to share his thoughts with the gathering.
Thank you, Bhuvaneshwari ma'am. Good evening to all. Most respected Program Director Dr. Abdul Salam sir, today's resource person Vandana ma'am, and all other educators joined in the evening today. Today's topic, as you all know, building classroom harmony is a continuous process. It's a two-way process, like we build up a bridge. So once the children understands or feels that they are being respected, they are being valued, connected, they are more likely to participate actively. So they show empathy and they perform well. academically. So a harmonious classroom sets the foundation for the lifelong learning and character development. So it's a continuous process. For that, we have to have some techniques where it should be a continuous process. As we are keeping a portfolio for each and every child. So relating to that, we have to give equal respect according to their caliber and get connected so that this relation will keep on. And once they build up that character for the lifelong, it will be a achievement only, and that will lead the child to the greater success. So let us listen to our Vandana ma'am, as she had come with a very well packed session. So let us enjoy and take the advantage out of today's evening. Thank you. Back to Bhuneshwari ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Placer, for your inspiring insights and practical wisdom. Here we have. Now it's my proud privilege to introduce our highly accomplished resource person, Mrs. Vandana Maudgil, a dedicated educator with a master's degree in English and a certification in NLP. Has over 14 years of experience and currently serves as the headmistress at GD Goenga Public School. A lifelong learner, she is committed to creating safe, positive, and supportive learning ecosystems that foster academic excellence, holistic development, and life skills. Her leadership emphasizes continuous professional development for teachers and a nurturing environment where students thrive in academics, sports, music, arts, and extracurricular activities. Guided by her clarity of purpose and passion for transformation, Mrs. Vandana Maudgil is shaping future-ready individuals and driving meaningful change in the education sector. With her rich blend of classroom experience, curriculum development, and training expertise, we are indeed fortunate to have her lead us through today's session on building classroom harmony. Dear participants, let's now begin our learning journey. I warmly invite ma'am, take to the session forward.
I'll just share my good morning, everybody. I'll just share good evening, everyone. I'll just share my screen. Slide. Okay. So, good evening, everybody. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome, everyone, to today's session on classroom harmony. This isn't just another training, it's a shared journey, a chance to reconnect with our deeper purpose as educators. So let me begin by asking one simple question. Have you ever gone home feeling exhausted, not just because of the teaching, but because of the behavior management of the students? Have you ever gone home tired because of the teaching or because of the behavior management of the students?
Sometimes it happened both, but most of the time behavioral.
It is most of the time because of the behavior. We are
Yes.
really not stressed. We are not upset about the academic part. We are stressed because of the behavior. So yes, if it is yes, we are really not alone because all of us are really facing this kind of situation. Imagine a classroom where laughter and learning goes hand in hand, where mistakes are met with kindness, and where every child, whether shy, whether spirited, whether struggling or soaring, feel safe and seen. That's what we are here to build. Not just behavior plans or academic progress, but relationships that are real, that are respectful, and resilient also. In this session, we'll explore what harmony means in the classroom, how to engage diverse learners, how to handle neurodivergent learners, and the proven strategies for behavior, engagement, and learning success of these learners, and how to create classrooms that don't just teach but transform. Dear friends, can you all see that picture? How do you relate that picture? Is this a perfect classroom as per you? Say type yes or no in the chat box.
Dear participant, you can come out, and how long you are going to have the great interaction with ma'am, that much learning we can take away. Please put your thoughts, everything in the chat box.
Do you think this is a perfect classroom where learning is going? Come to another classroom. And what do you think this classroom is about? We have seen two pictures. One is this, another one is this. What do you think? How do you think? And how can you relate with these pictures of the classroom? Anybody would like to come and speak about the classrooms?
They are sending the text messages, ma'am. Can I read it for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, some of them is telling that the previous picture was that correct picture to have the normal class. The second, what is displaying in the screen, they are telling it is not that much correct. The type 2 is not correct. Why should we have some patients instead of showing ourselves into that? And one is happy class, other is not perfect. The teacher is irritated. Second one is noisy, second one is not correct, the second one is what, the first one was happy. So this kind of mixed comments we are getting in the chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you, dear audience, who are so lovely and responding to such of the scenes. Right? So yes, this seems to be a happy classroom where everybody is learning. And this seems to be a classroom, but where everybody is upset and everybody it could be seen on everybody's face also. So now understand what is happening here. Is this a class which is maintaining a harmonious relationship? Is this a class that is really giving us that vibes? Yes, that we should all be entering into that class and learning something new. See, I would like to ask one question. What do you understand by harmony, everybody here? What do you understand by word harmony? Harmony means peace. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Telling smooth and calm, happy, to give comfortable, balance, friendly environment, togetherness, love, living together, unity, pleasant environment. One teacher has sent a message in the classroom. Harmony means students and teachers cooperating and respecting each other.
Yes, it is actually a very personal thing to everybody. Everybody giving the answers are right and correct. Balance, yes, balance. Peace, yes, peace. Happy, yes, a peaceful and happy class. Friendly environment is also important. Togetherness is also important. So, over the years, I have learned that harmonious classroom does not just happen with strict rules of consequences. It does not happen with only discipline. It is intentionally created through emotional connection, mutual respect, and the celebration of every child's uniqueness. When every child is unique, and it's all about the energy of each and every child, and it becomes a synergy. That is what is harmony is. Harmony, it represents balance, it represents agreement and peaceful coexistence between different elements. See, can you just see that particular class? How can you define the class? Harmony. It's like a symphony where each instrument different, but when played together. Here, every child is playing a different instrument. But what is being created? It is creating a music. When played together, they create music. In a classroom, it means different learners, different backgrounds, different emotions and energies coming together in a respectful and supportive rhythm. Think of walking in a classroom where students are all engaged, they're calm, and they're eager to learn. Where behavior challenges not because of the punishment, but because children feel valued there. And that is what it is harmony. This is a perfect example of class harmony where everyone is playing their own instruments, but they're all playing it together to create something beautiful out of that. And the most important question here is, why does it matter? We all have our curriculums, we all have our syllabus, we have the deadlines to follow that. So how does this matter? Why does harmony matters to students and teachers both? Anybody would like to answer? Why does harmony matters to students and teachers?
They are sending them a reply like, no, to achieve the desired goal, for deserve the harmony. They learn well when they are happy, smooth functioning of the class, not only for academics, but also for overall mental health. We are getting very beautiful and knowledgeable comments in the chat box, ma'am.
Yes, it is smooth functioning of the class, not only for academics, but also for overall mental health, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Enhancing teaching learning process, better concentration, learning and teaching becomes enjoyable, to develop social skills and learning, to develop learning and better understanding. Discrimination can be avoided. Somebody said that it helps everyone become kinder. So there are so many beautiful responses that are really coming. So that means harmony matters to both students and both teachers. If the teacher is in the state of harmony, right, and the student is not, it won't help. And if the student is in the state of harmony and the teacher is not, then also it won't really help. So it is very important for both teachers and both students to come to the state of harmony. And this is why basically harmony matters for students, because they want the better learning environment here. They want the emotional well-being, and the stronger social skills can only be developed in the class when the class is maintaining the harmony. And why does harmony matter for teachers? Because the effective teaching is important, because of the job satisfaction also. It is very important. And the positive relationship builds trust between all the stakeholders, whether it is parents, whether it is students, whether it is teachers. And last but not the least, because the teacher in that case don't feel burnout. They feel relaxed and they feel everybody is learning and everybody is enjoying the class. And what is the impact of disharmony on students? If it has impact, it has disimpact also. So the impact is poor academic performance, emotional and mental stress, and increased misbehavior of the children. This is what we generally see in our classes. The impact of disharmony on teachers. They have a higher stress and burnout, and their teaching effectiveness is reduced. They have a poor professional relationship also. So now let us understand that there are different kinds of learners in the class. When we go and when we walk in the class, there are multiple type of learners in the class. So what are these kind of learners? What kind of situations you generally face in the classroom when you enter the classroom? Anybody would like to answer about that? What kind of generally learners you find in the class when you walk in the classes?
Ma'am, they are sending the message, stress to feel,
Stressed,
drive is thinking, dull, mediocre and slow bloomers, distracted, noisy, low achievers, dull, disturbed, and
stressed.
stressed. Yes.
Yes, there are so many kind of learners when we walk in the class, and it becomes a difficult thing for teacher to how to identify those learners and how to design the curriculum as per them. So first of all, it is important to understand the kind of learners in the class, what kind of learners can be and what kind of learners are there in the class. So let us understand what are they. See, these are the learners and the learning styles in the class. The one is the visual learner, auditory learner, kinesthetic learner, reading and writing learner. Visual learner think in images and only mental pictures. The child loves only charts, diagrams, color coding, benefits from visual aids, and graphical organization of the information. And the child who is an auditory child, he learns through listening and maybe the verbal exchanges. He thrives in the discussion, lectures, and audio materials. And the kinesthetic child, he needs movement and physical engagement. He excels with hands-on activities, experiments, and learning by doing also. And next, reading, writing. Children, they prefer text, they prefer enjoy definitions, they prefer the instructions, they write down and think about the information and try to jot down each and every part of the information received in the class. So these are the kind of learners generally present in our classes. This is just a sample. Suppose a teacher is teaching a solar system in the class, right? The concept is one, but how do you think a teacher can cater this to different learners? Suppose it is a visual learner. So how will the teacher do that? What will be the focus here on? Involving students, yes. Involving, Miss Smita told involving students, yes. Students will have to be involved in all the things. Showing videos, yes, very rightly said. If it is a visual learner, we try to show them the videos, right? We try to show them the diagrams so that they can learn all these things beautifully. Videos can be shown with explanation, the modules can be shown. AV participants to the students activities, they make the models comes basically to the kinesthetic learners. For visual learners, we have only the diagrams in the classes, we have the visual aids in the classes. So that is why it becomes important these days to have multiple type of learning tools in the classroom where we can cater to each and every child in the classroom. So talking about this solar system, we can, yes, generally show PPTs, we can show visual aids, rightly said. By PPT presentation, Miss Kavita told, and flashcards, yes, Miss Smita told flashcards. Model making, again, it becomes the part of the kinesthetic learners. And if we talk about the auditory part, so how can we make sure that the child who is an auditory learner is learning the concepts well? Storytelling, right? Storytelling, Miss Kavya told storytelling. Songs and rhymes, yes. Songs, play a video. Play a video is again for visual, the children who are visually active. Interactive methods. Okay, somebody answered audio. Yes, students can be arranged in solar system manners. But that again is the part of kinesthetic. Song, audio video, participating in classroom discussions. Right, yes, we can involve these children with group activities and all these things so that their participation should be more. Recitation, a song can be played. Chorus reading, action songs, role play, listening songs, picture with audio. Right there. Thank you so much for such a lovely responses and beautiful responses. And now comes to the kinesthetic part. So, how do you think can engage a child who is a kinesthetic learner? Yes, Miss Kavya told role play, make a model. Again, a role play model, physical activity, demonstration of the thing, activities, it's mentioned somewhere, by preparing models. So yes, by preparing models, it is very important for kinesthetic learner that they learn by doing the things, right? It doesn't matter to them it is visual or it is auditory, but they learn the things only by doing it. So it can be a role model, it can be a model making for them, so it is really really very effective for them. It can be the games also, yes. Sometimes they learn through games also, and these children are really so smart that they can create. If you'll give them the opportunity, they will help you to create the games also of those kinds. Dance. Somebody told dance. Yes. Dance can again be a very, very important thing for that. We can involve these children in the dance. Maybe we can give different things to each and every child. It can be a kind of a role model also, and role play also, where children can enact as per their own planet here. Assign each student as planet. Narration through expression. Oh, wow. Dumb charades. So there are so many things that are coming. So that means ki for one solar system, we have n number of things, so that this concept just does not become so monotonous for them that it is limited to only notebooks only. Right? And once we are doing it in only notebooks, so in that case, we are catering to which kind of learners? We are catering to only reading and writing children. And then we say ki marks are really not reflected in all the children. So because they were really not wanting to learn from that particular method, they wanted to learn through visual aids. They were looking forward to learn from audio aids. They were looking forward to learn from being a role play activity. So these were the multiple things that somehow when missed, then we think that we have done enough, but actually we have not done enough. We have not catered to each and every learner of the class. So let's move forward. Thank you so much for giving me such a beautiful responses for these for this particular picture.
You are correct, Vandana ma'am. We can get so many ideas, no? So new innovation ideas they are sharing it here. Thank you so much, participants. Excuse me, Vandana ma'am. You are muted. Please, can you unmute?
The video shows the vital part of a classroom, right? That were the neurodivergent learners. We think that these children are not able to understand anything. They don't learn anything. But the thing is, their brain works differently. Not wrongly, just differently. So we should all understand, first of all, this thing. The teacher, whatever the teacher has done here, do you think it was the right decision? Whatever she has done? She did not understand the child. She did not understand what was that was stopping the child. So there are different kind of learners in the classroom. We'll talk about these kind of learners. And first is the dyslexia in the classroom, right? And the characteristics of the dyslexia children are, they struggle with reading, spelling, decoding words. They get confused with the letters like B and D, P and Q, basically. They have good oral skills but weak in written tasks. As we have seen the child Ishan, he was good in oratory skills. He was able to communicate, but he was not good in written and he was not good in writing part also. So, what were the support strategies for the child? Consistent multisensory teaching. That means he wanted something that could impact his visual, sound, and touch. The teacher could have give extra time, avoided telling him reading aloud in the class, and maybe have provided her audiobooks and the phonics for that particular chapter also. So this is how we can actually help the children who are dyslexia in the classroom. Now coming to the next kind of learner, that is ADD. ADD is attention deficit disorder. These kind of learners in the class are basically very dreamy. They are all distracted. They find it difficult focusing in the class and often seems not to listen. They're always dreamy, and they struggle with completion and organization of the task also. You'll find them cluttered every time, and they'll never be able to focus on whatever the teacher is saying in the class. And what are the support strategies for them? We should be very short and clear about the instructions. If we'll give them the long instructions, they'll not be able to register those kind of instructions. We'll have to give them visual supports, and maybe we have to ensure that the child is sitting in the front row. Next is the ADHD in the classroom. ADHD children are attention deficit hyperactivity disorder children. So now these kind of children are basically very restless, impulsive. They find a difficulty in sustaining attention. They often interrupts in the class. They disturb the class, and they are not able to again focus is there, but whatever the concept is missing in their mind, or whatever they are not able to grab, they will often interrupt and disturbs the class. So what are the support strategies here for these kind of children? They need movement breaks, right? They need flexible seating also. They cannot be seated in one particular desk and learn all the things. They need the seating arrangement that gives them chance to explore anything, all other areas also. So they need rewards also. They need clear rules for whatever is being taken in the class. And their lessons cannot be very long because they are very, very restless and they cannot concentrate for more time. And they need engaging hands-on activities also. Now coming to the autism spectrum in the classroom. These children find difficulty with social interaction and non-verbal clues basically. Repetitive behaviors or intense focus on specific interest. Communication challenges and struggles with eye contact. If the child is not making the eye contact, we should be identifying that yes, that child might be autism, and then we'll have to deal with those children in that way. Then again, they are very, very sensitive to light. They are very sensitive to noise also, and they are very sensitive to touch or transitions also. Sometimes what happens is these children are very, very normal in the class, and if you suddenly switch on the visuals in the classroom, they might feel distracted. They might go off the class also. And what are the support strategies here? They need the consistent routines. They need the consistent guidelines, and they need the consistent regulation rules of the class. And again, the visual schedules should be known to them. They cannot understand the visual schedules if spontaneously. And whatever we are playing in the classroom, that should be having a soft lighting and quiet spaces. See, what happens is we have different kind of learners in the classroom. We have already learned that, right? We have the kind of learners that consider that caters to the auditory tools. There are certain who need the visual tools, and we have the neurodivergent learners also in the class. Now, what becomes important here is what is the role of a teacher here in the classroom? How can a teacher impact so many children's life when she's alone in the class and there is a class of 40 children? The answer and the question is this. So now every single day you have the power to shape not just a student learning but their entire life story. So every teacher in the class makes the difference. They impact the student's life. Now, in the previous example, we have seen how when a child was learning the adjectives, right, and the teacher was really not able to understand the behavior of the child, she tells the child to go out of the class. But let us learn and understand this particular video, that how a teacher impacted a child's life when she was also behaving the same way when how the Ishan was behaving.
Shava, Arohi, present Miss Avni, Avni, present Miss Ira, Deepika, present Miss So today we are going to learn the uses of adjectives. Okay, everyone open exercise 3.3. Come on quickly, girls. Avni. Can you use an adjective to describe how it looks outside? Beautiful, Arohi. Go back. Come up. तुम्हें विंडो के बाहर देखना बहुत अच्छा लगता है ना? क्या दिखता है बताओ? Sky. Okay, और? Birds, trees, aeroplanes. वाह! अब तुम्हें पता है ये जो बुक्स है ना, ये भी छोटे छोटे विंडोज ही हैं। अरे सच? अच्छा, विंडोज कैसे खोलते हैं? जैसे ना, तो जब ध्यान से देखोगी तो तुम्हें उसमें बहुत कुछ दिखाई देगा। पता है क्या क्या? नई नई देश, हजारों साल पुराने लोग, और ये जो स्काई, इसके ऊपर क्या है पता है? पूरा यूनिवर्स। ऊपर और नहीं तो क्या? पर तुम्हें तो बस वो सेम ट्रीज और बर्ड्स देखने में मजा आता है ना? नहीं? तो अब से हम रोज एक नया विंडो खोलना शुरू करें। चलो children, I'll see you. Shava, Arohi,
So I hope you have all watched that video. The same situation, right? The child there was also seeing outside the window. Here also the child was seeing outside the window. But what was the difference? The difference was the way the teacher handled the child. She lent her the ears, she listened to her, and she understood what is going on in her mind. So that is what is important. That is how the harmony can be brought in the classroom when we are going to hear everybody. So for that, I have a framework of harmony that would really help each and everyone sitting here if we'll all bring that together in our classroom. So let us understand that. Harmony. H. Hear everybody's voice in the classroom. Affirm. Highlight what students do right. R. Respect them. M. Demonstrate the behavior you expect from them. Offer. Give children structure, choices, and nurture. Build relationship through connection. Yield. Take time for reflection and growth. This is what is harmony framework. So let us again understand it a little deeply. See, hear everybody voice. When we listen, we create connections. We should understand what is going on inside the child. And once we listen, we will definitely create connection with the child. And how does this happen? This happens by daily check-ins. It does not happen once in a while. It happens when we are checking it on daily basis. We are actively listening to the child, and we value the students' inputs in the classroom. We can have morning meetings and we can have circle time. We have all heard that circle time is important only for small children, but no, circle time is really important for each and every age group. Greetings. It is very important. Everyone acknowledged by name in the class. Sharing safe space for thoughts and feelings for them. We can have group activities. So these are the kind of activities which will really help children so that we can hear them. Next is affirm the positive behavior. Catch them being good. Always. Specific praise builds confidence. Whenever you think, and watch children doing something good, catch them there. Do not always catch them doing wrong. Catch them doing good always. Positive reinforcement systems work more beautifully. Celebrate efforts of the children, not just results. Respect their differences. There are different kind of learners in the classroom. We have to ensure that all these kind of learner, whether it is visuals, auditory, kinesthetic, reading, writing, preference, whatever it is, they're all coming from different cultural backgrounds. So we have to respect their traditions, their languages, their perspectives, everything here. Their individual needs, that is very important, so that we can accommodate different abilities and their learning requirements in the class. Model what you expect. Children mirror what they see, right? Stay calm during any kind of chaos in the classroom, right? If the teacher is not calm, and if the teacher does not have anything to pour in the classroom, right, it will really not set a good tone, and the atmosphere in the classroom won't always be good and healthy and harmonious. Offer choices to them. Like we spoke about different kind of learners, we spoke about the choices we have to give in the class. So we have to offer different choices. We have to choices that engage the learners. We have to give them the leadership role so that they can develop responsibility. We have to voice the students' opinions also and give them that kind of ownership and responsibility. Next is nurture relationships, right? So we have to create a classroom that have the buddy system, that have the class celebrations, family partnerships also, that helps children nurture relationship. And these relationships, you will see that how when the class is having good relationships amongst each other, they will definitely bring the harmonious culture in the classroom. Next is yield to reflection. Why? Growth comes through thoughtful adjustments, right? So what is monitor what works and what does not, right? So every time we are doing something, we have to reflect on whatever we are doing. Every time we cannot follow the same strategy. Sometimes we think of something else, but we'll have to reflect, and maybe we'll have to create another strategy or another plan for any other learner, which will definitely help that particular kind of learner. These are the different subject strategies that can be followed in the classes while the teachers are academically doing their content. See, for maths, we can use the manipulatives, we can use the beads, the blocks. Movement-based activities are very, very important for maths activities. Sometimes story-based problems are really important. We think the stories can be done only in English. No, it can be the part of maths also. That would really help any child, any kind of learner to focus more on these kind of things. Language, maybe in English or Hindi, we have the audiobooks, read alouds, graphic organizers are very important, choice boards where we can write, we can act, we can draw. These are these subject strategies for arts, science, and SST. For arts, we can have flexible seating, right? And recently we have seen that there was an article in the paper which talks about the seating arrangement in the classroom also, that now the seating arrangement in the classroom needs to be changed, needs to be reflected upon, because the seating arrangement that was generally in which the children were sitting and the teacher was standing in front is usually not taken by every learner in the class. So we should have different kind of seating arrangements in the class, so that the children also feel excited and they feel good about these kind of seating arrangements, so that we can just give them the group projects, we can give them the roles of leadership, and they can come forward and build all those skills also. Again, science and social studies, where we can give them hands-on experiments, visual timelines, role play activities. Again, a very next important thing is we spoke about different type of learners. We spoke about neurodivergent learners. We spoke about the strategies which can be used in the classroom in subject while we are doing the academic part. We learned about harmony framework also. Now let us learn about something which is very important and very close to my heart, that is restorative circle, and that is basically used while we are working on the behavior management of the child. See, it basically have three things, 3 R's, which talks about reflect, repair, and restore. So let us learn this and let us understand this little deeply. Can anybody just read this paragraph for me? Can anybody volunteer to read that?
Sir, can they unmute and they can read, or we can read it?
Good evening, ma'am. I would like to read this case study. Are
Yes,
you
please.
able to hear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for volunteering. Yes, ma'am. You can
So
go
the
ahead.
pencil box incident, it is in a grade 4 classroom. Two students, Ria and Aravi, had an argument. Ria accused Aravi of taking her new pencil box without asking. Aravi denied it but was visibly upset. The teacher initially thought of separating them for the day, but decided to try a restorative conversation instead. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. In this, what happens is, in grade 4 classroom, two students, Ria and Avi, they had an argument. Ria accused Avi of taking a new pencil box without asking. Right? Now, Avi has already denied it, but she was obviously upset. Now, what is the role of the teacher here? What do you think? If we talk about the restorative circle, this is the restorative circle. First, we'll talk about the reflect part. How do you think a teacher can reflect, and what can be the strategy a teacher can follow here? if this kind of behavior issue comes in the class, and these issues generally come in the classroom, right? These are very, very, very small incidents, but sometimes what we really do not understand is how to tackle the situation so that nobody feels offended or nobody feels bad about that, and the incidents is solved very, very calmly. Anybody would like to talk about how to reflect?
Yeah, anyone would like to volunteer to speak? Please raise your hand.
They're sending beautifully solutions for these questions, ma'am, what you asked. They're telling teacher could listen to both the students' feelings. They can share their own experience when they were upset and make them understand that why should not take others' things.
Yes, teacher could listen to both the students' feeling, right?
Yes,
Make
ma'am.
them understand that we should not take others' things. Okay, we have to tell them about the sharing and caring. She'll ask them separately about the incident, right? Teacher could listen to both. Definitely, teacher will have to reflect, bring your own things. Okay. Understanding the other side of the story. I'm getting the very beautiful answers, but these all are the answers given by the teacher to a student, right? This restorative circle is basically the child to reflect. How will we help the child to reflect on that particular strategy? If that kind of behavior, see, if we are going to make the child understand, that will be only for a particular moment only, right? But maybe when they go home, or maybe when they go outside the class, they might say, because we have done it as our teacher told us to do that, right? But we have to change them, and we have to make sure that this change comes from within. So we'll understand how to do this. So anybody would like to speak about the repair part, take responsibility and make amends? So here also the child will have to take the responsibility and do the amendments. The role of the teacher in the restorative circle is only of the facilitator. I'll come to that. See, anybody would like to volunteer and just understand how will the reflection be done, repair be done, and the restoration part will be done?
Ma'am, can I share my thoughts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, whenever that incidents are happening, sometimes the kids will be hesitate to explain why it happened and who started first to the teachers. If the teacher knows about the child very well, the teacher can create an opportunity, and the teacher can assess some of the students or the best friend of the children to identify why it has happened, who started first, what is the root cause of this problem. Is it started today, or it is keep on continuing there? So sometimes the kids will not open up with us freely, but no, they will share their feelings and they will share their emotions with their besties. So the teacher can try both the ways. If the teacher wanted to be a facilitator, the teacher can trust or teacher can assist a child who can do it. Then the teacher can collect all the informations. Then whenever the situations will come, the teacher can make the role play, or the teacher can play audios, or teacher can request the children not to continue the same situations or the environment.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for understanding and for giving such a lovely answer and reply here. So we'll also understand how this has actually worked in the in the reflection, repair, and restoration techniques. Anybody would like to volunteer to read it?
Yes, Kumut Kumari.
Yes. Greetings, sir. Greetings, everyone. Case study, the pencil box incident. Reflect. The teacher invited both students to a quiet space and asked, "What happened from your perspective? How did you feel when that happened?" Both shared. Ria felt betrayed because her things were touched without permission. Arvi admitted he picked it up absent mindedly but was hurt by being accused in front of others. Repair. The teacher asked, "How do you think this made the other person feel?" Ria apologized for accusing without checking. Arvi apologized for talking for taking it without asking and explained she admired her pencil box. Restored. They agreed to use a check-in before borrow. Rule the Ria decided to let Arvi use her colored pens during art class as a gesture of trust. It, without asking, Arvi denied it but was visibly upset. The teacher initially thought of separating them for the day but decided to try a restorative conversation instead. Thank you, sir.
I hope this case study is clear to everybody. Right here, the teacher is just becoming the facilitator. She is trying to tell them, she's trying to ensure that the children reflect on whatever they have done. She spoke to them individually, and then they only understood that and admitted also that what wrong they have done and what can be done to repair and restore it again, so that it can have a long lasting and lifelong impression of that particular incident on them, and they should learn something from them. So whenever any kind of behavior issue of such kind happens in the class, so every time the teacher should ensure that apart from having those academic strategies in the class for behavior management, we should always have this kind of restorative circle in the classroom wherein all the children are really not involved. Only the children who are involved should make that kind of circle and reflect, repair, and again restore that particular thing. I hope I am clear.
Yes, Vandana ma'am, very good strategy. Can I add to it a bit?
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir,
Yeah,
please.
so this is a recurrent, happening in schools. It's a
Yes.
common scenario. So what is the best strategy we have seen? So in such cases, what we have to do is do not jump to conclusion immediately. Take a deep breath instead. What happens usually is we always, rebuke both of them in front of others, and we, scold them in front of others. We keep them in front, outside the classroom. So these punitive measures will, result very adversely. So instead, we can follow this strategy. When teachers confront such situations, you pause, you take a deep breath, and and think what could be done. So this strategy could be working. So you take them aside and give the ownership. No, we have to make them reflect on their action, and the ownership is with the children, and they have to rectify it, repair it, and understand that it could not be done. And there, see here we can see a rule also: check in before borrow rule. So that's a wonderful rule. So this can be followed in the classroom for everyone. So such strategies are working, should be working very perfectly. So disruptions in the classroom or such behavior problems can be curbed. So wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. Please
Thank you
proceed.
so much, sir, for giving your inputs. Thank you so much, sir. Now let us move forward. See, again, we are talking about this, why this works. Because when students help create the solution on their own, right, they are more likely to stick to it. And that is the most important part of the restorative circle process. And they are more likely to grow from that particular kind of experience. And it shows them how small ruptures are opportunities for big learning. makes the 3 R's practical and memorable for them. It encourages learners to respond, not react. And it also builds emotional resonance amongst themselves. We have learned here that every child is a different child. And we have to ensure that all the learners in the classroom are well heard and well seen and well acknowledged also. And this is the most important thing of any teacher in the class. What kind of classroom we want to walk in each day? One where there is fear and chaos, where a teacher walks, oh my God, I'll have to walk into that particular classroom because that class is a rowdy classroom, or that class is that particular child. Or one where there is trust and calm in the classroom, where the teacher would love to enter in that particular classroom. When we affirm instead of accuse, when we connect instead of correction, and when we reflect instead of reaction, we find a classroom, we create a classroom that actually nurture minds and hearts of every learner. So I would lastly say that every child is different in how they think, how they learn and grow. Some learn by seeing, some learn by doing, and some needs very quiet space for them. Some needs movement also. And if we really want to create harmony in our classrooms and within ourselves as an educator, we must first take the time to identify each learner. And that is the most important part, identifying each learner, how and what kind of learner is there we have in the class. So we have to understand them, we have to support them, and yes, we have to celebrate each and every kind of learner in the class. Because when we teach every child the way they learn best, we don't just educate, we transform the lives of the children. And we all together have to work on transformation of the lives, not just the classroom. So this is what I would like to share. Few testimonials the children spoke for their teacher.
Teachers matter because we learn different things every day.
They push you to always believe that even if something is hard, you can still achieve it.
They're constantly encouraging me and they're trying to make me reach that stretch goal.
My teacher has taught me to worry about my education, what life will be when my future if I don't finish high school.
Mr. Coffee's taught me how to count.
She's definitely taught me to not be biased.
He's taught me some great science.
She makes me look for more sources.
For me to see that somebody was just like me and was able to succeed, she has inspired me to be a better person.
Having a great teacher makes things possible.
He's my dad, he's my mom, he's my friend, he's my psychiatrist.
He kind of believes in me unconditionally, so that way it's easier to believe in yourself.
So this is the role and the impact of the teacher, how a teacher can transform the lives of the children, how a teacher can impact a child so deeply that they don't have even their speech, they don't have a word also for them in that case, right? They speak, they are all the diverse learners. They are few of them were neurodivergent learners also who spoke about their teachers and who spoke how the teachers impacted their lives. So let's all try to create that kind of impact in our classrooms, make a classroom a harmonious classroom, and ensure that every child is a learned child in our classrooms. And this is all from my side. Thank you all. Now, if you have any questions, you can go ahead. Because harmony in classroom does not happen by chance. It all happens by choice.
Can we have a quick recap by the participants? Like, what does that harmony stand for? HAR. Please, participants, can you put it in the chat box? What does SH stand for? That was a good framework Madam has shown. Harmony framework.
Shall I share it again in that case? This is the framework of harmony. If anybody wants to really want to take the picture of the same and incorporate them in their classes also, you can all go ahead.
H means hear up the voice. Okay. Bhuvaneshwari ma'am, please take it up.
Yes, sir. H means very voice. Come on, participant. We have learned so many things. It is so amazing session. Ma'am has provided ample of resource and with so many different strategies.
Any questions if you have, you can ask, you can raise your hands. So
So
we
there
will
is,
unmute you.
so there is only one question regarding that certificate.
What is that?
Hello, ma'am. I was not able to get my previous session certificate. I tried multiple times, but it didn't work. Meenakshi.
The certificate link is there. They can apply through the link and it will be coming to their mail. And they have to check their mail properly, including their spam mail and promotion mail. Sometimes it goes to the spam, sometimes it goes to the promotion. It depends upon the, their security.
Yeah. For today's session also, I think Sir
Yes.
shared the link in the chat box. Educators, you can note it down. And ma'am, long back when you were discussing, when you were explaining some slides, we got one question that says, it is practically possible to complete syllabus in time as we cannot deny it both syllabuses. How can we can do such kind of to complete the task and how we can address it? Excuse me, Vandana ma'am, can you unmute yourself?
See, this is what we have learned here, that if the class maintains a harmony, maintains harmony in the classroom, and we have already identified the kind of learners, we can always plan our lesson like that. We'll have to plan a lesson in which we have the visuals also, in which we have the audio also, and in which we have the kinesthetic activities also. That would really help everybody in the classroom and will be able to complete the structure and will, the syllabus and the curriculum in the classroom also. I have seen and I have I have ensured that these strategies are done in the classroom and are done by the children only. I have given my classroom, I whenever I take the class, I ensure that I am just the facilitator of the classroom, right? I divide my class always into 4-5 sections, wherein every class, there are different groups in the classroom, and I give one page to somebody else to read, another page to somebody else to read, right? Now they have to read it in a different form, and then they'll all come and present in a different way. I hope I am clear in that case. Suppose one part of any chapter is being read by any group. Right now, that group is coming here and that group is talking about that particular topic in a visual form. Right. So that is what the children are doing there in the class. Here I am just, and my role is just becoming the facilitator. Here I am giving them the roles of that particular thing. that these topics are given. Here one group has to present it visually, the another group has to do it in an auditory form. So children are doing themselves, children are identifying their roles, children are coming to that particular leadership roles where they are accepting this and they want to take the initiative also. Once you give the initiative to children and do not take all the tasks on ourselves only, that would really help.
I hope, Neetu ma'am, you got answer for your questions. At the same time, she asked one more questions also, Vandana ma'am. If number of ADD students are maximum, how can we make it possible to arrange them during the class hours?
See, here we'll have to identify those children first, right? We all know in our classroom that there are children, ADD children also, ADHD children also, and dyslexia also. We have different neurodivergent learners. So what the role of the teacher here is, whenever they enter in the class, first ensure that those children are occupied. What mistake we do in our class when we walk in the class, we cater to all other children, but we neglect them and we do not understand what is going. So give them, we have already discussed about the strategies and how to involve those children. So give them some role so that they can be involved first of all.
Yes,
If
as
you
you
think, if you'll think that first of all, let me involve the classroom and then I'll get back to them, that would really become a problem for you, right? First, involve them, give them the task that is as per their practical strategy, which we can follow. Then definitely it would help the learners and the teacher also.
how you provided that information regarding well heard, well seen, when acknowledged. Correct, ma'am? The kids are different, they are not wrong. So, based on that classroom environment, if the teacher can plan the curriculum, then as you said, we can bring that harmony in the classrooms.
Sorry, can I again have that question?
No. Actually, how you guided us, like before, whenever we enter into the classroom is too noisy, not able to manage the classroom. Then we can do it. We can well heard the children, and we can well seen the children, and we can well acknowledge the children with the different strategies what you provided in this session for us.
Oh, we all know the strategies. We can just go ahead. We can just learn all about these. What do we do when we have ADD children in the classroom? What do we do when we have ADHD children? How can we give them that particular kind of seating arrangement? We know that we have to give them the moment breaks also. So give them before they ask.
Yeah, ma'am. And here we have another question asked by Smita. How to deal with the talkative students?
Involve them. There are talkative children in the class. Make the class very interactive, right? This is how we can involve them. And it is the talkative children are very brilliant also, right? We all know that, right? They are talking because they are really not liking the class. They are not enjoying the class. This is why they are talking in the class. This is why they really want to distract the class, because they know that they are they want something else from the class. So improve, we as the teachers need the improvement in our teaching methodologies in that case, when the children are really not interested in our lessons, when our lessons will be really interesting, and when our lessons are students friendly lessons, then our children will not be talking, rather they will be interacting with us, they will be the part of that discussion. They would like to learn, and would love the lessons whatever we are giving.
Ma'am, another question we have it. How to identify eyesight problems children?
Madam, this type of problems like ADHD and eyesight problems, and we have to take the help of the special educator.
Yes, sir.
So it is the responsibility of the special educator to educate teachers with the parameters and what do you
That
call
individual IEP.
Yes, IEP, ILP, and all that they will
Yes,
do,
sir.
but teachers should be aware of what type of children are there, how the signs they show. From that they can identify. So it is the responsibility of the special educator and the counselor to guide the teachers in this case. And there are many parameters through which they can identify the eyesight of the vision of the child is strong or weak or what. Lots of questions are there. So this will help the teachers to identify. So we, in our school, we give it to the teachers. If any problem is, faced by the teacher, there are certain parameters the teacher has to go through and take it and hand it over to the special educator so that the child will be taken care in a particular way. So thank you so much, everybody. Bhuvaneshwari ma'am, let's wind up. It's time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Vandana ma'am, for a truthful, enriching session. Your strategies, real world insights, and the clarity of thought have empowered us to remain how we can cultivate a harmonious classroom environment with clear expectations, building positive relationships, and creating a structured learning space for everyone. Not as a challenge, but as an opportunity to inspire curiosity and confidence. This involves proactive strategies like setting ground rules, engaging students actively, and participating restorative discipline, how you explained us. By focusing on positive interactions and consistent consequences, teachers can foster respect, empathy, and a sense of community among students. Sorry. We are grateful for your time, your humility, and your commitment. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vandana ma'am. Very well, prepared and very well presented, and lots of, insightful, thoughts we have given to the participants. Well, it was very clear that, the problem we face, the solution is with us only. And actually, from this, what we understand that we are the problem makers, right? If we deal with the children in such way, there won't be any, kind of disruptions in the classroom. If we accept the children as the respectful individual and we listen to them, we connect, we, have connectivity, we build relationship with them, and if they are heard, everything will be very harmonious in the classroom. So what happens is the teacher, most of the time the teacher comes and the teacher starts talking most of the time, and the students are very passive, and after some day they become very restless and they become very disruptive as well. So there is no room for engagement and involvement. So it's very important that engagement, involvement, interesting lessons, and room for reflections. It's very important to avoid disruptions in the classroom and to make harmony in the classroom. Let's give a very good applause to Ms. Vandana ma'am. Thank you so much for the nice presentation. Hope the teachers have received a lot of strategies which they will try out in their classroom, so that these are classroom management strategies. So keep learning. You can make a difference in the classroom. Thank you so much, Vandana ma'am and Bhuvaneshwari ma'am and everybody. And I request Mr. Biju S. Pillai to wrap up. Biju sir, over to you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Vandana ma'am, really you have done a great thing, ma'am.
So thank you so much.
Bringing all the educators back into the classroom, how the the situations should be. You have used many examples from many some reputed films also, like Tare Zameen Par and all, which is really thought-provoking. And as I told in the beginning itself, it's a two-way process. So once you give respect, definitely you will receive that also. So keeping in mind, we have to act inside the classroom. So totally, the today's session was very informative, and hope that all the educators have got the advantage out of it. Really, it was very nice, ma'am. Thanks to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Usually what happens is we suppress their, feelings, emotions. Sometimes, maybe because, there are many children in the class and the teacher is, like, very disturbed and all. But we have to be, very calm. We have to take deep breath in such cases, and you have to listen to them. And if you don't scold them in front of others, so this, because
Absolutely,
we have to
absolutely.
respect their individuality. So this, even small children, they are individuals nowadays. So let's practice it very well in the classroom. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very